It's 5 o'clock on a Wednesday and it's time for...
Craig and Ryland's Magic Review Show.
I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
And this is episode 20, I don't know what, I think 25, something like that. And we're back now. We've got 4 items that we'll be looking at today. A whole range of different stuff. We've got sort of stage items, close-up items. And as normal, we're going to be performing everything that we review, aren't we?
Yeah.
So, without further ado, let's get straight on with the first review. Right, so the first review is Letter Perfect by David Regal.
Oh, I love David Regal. In fact, I'm reading one of his books now.
You are reading one of his books, aren't you?
Yeah.
Your mummy doesn't know about it and reading it at night when you're supposed to be going to sleep, but you're reading one of his books.
Yeah.
And it's called Letter Perfect. It's produced by Penguin Magic and the guys at P3. I've performed this on a couple of virtual shows now. I really like this. I'm going to perform it for you, and then we'll talk about what we think about it. Okay? So, I've got a pack of cards here, but this is a very special deck of cards. It's called an alphabet deck, and each card has a different letter of the alphabet. Now, there's about 54 cards here, so some of the letters are repeated a couple of times, but the point is we've got different letters on each card. Do you want to put the card box over there for me? We don't need it, and we're going to start. So we're going to take a few cards. We'll take a few random cards. Well, just touch a few cards, you know. We'll grab a few from there, and we'll go further down, touch a few more. Okay, we'll grab a few from there, and maybe just another little clump there. Okay, we'll put a few more there. Now, here's what I would like you to do. First of all, take these cards and just give them a shuffle, give them a mix-up, make sure they're all mixed up. It's really important that you know that all the cards are just in a completely random order. Are you happy with that? You good?
Yeah.
Good. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the cards and you're going to mix them up face up and face down. So deal them on the table. You can deal them face down. You can deal them face up. You can put them in groups of 2 or 3. But I want you to end up with some of the cards face down and some of the cards face up. It is completely your choice how you do this. So mix up the cards. Some face down, some face up. You're going to put some face down. Okay, cool. Very good. Keep going. Keep going. You the man. Very good. Is this random? Is this fair, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, take those cards and give them one more shuffle. And while you're shuffling, if you want to flip any of them over, you can do. It's completely up to you. And when you're done... Oh, it's flipping a D over. All right, okay. And when you're done, let me know. We good?
One.
Are we good? You happy?
Just one more cut. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a perfectionist. That's what I like to see. You're a perfectionist. Okay, cool. So let me see. We've got cards face down. We've got cards face up. Cards mixed up. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the cards in pairs, 2 at a time, and you're going to tell me what we're going to do with these. So let me just put those there for a minute. So we're going to take these cards pair at a time, and you're going to tell me what to do with them. In fact, you can do them. You can either drop them on the table like that, or you can turn them over first. So what do you want to do with that one? Do you want to turn it over, or do you want to? It's totally up to you. Just drop that. You can either drop them or flip them over. So what do you want to do? Cool. We'll take another couple. Do the same. Do you want to drop it or turn it over? Okay. And again, drop or turn over. Cool. We'll do it again. Drop or turn over. Okay. How many have we done? We've done quite a few. Okay. Keep going. Drop or turn over. And again. And again. And again. Is that fair?
Yeah.
That's fair, right? We'll put the rest of the cards away. So think about this for a minute. We shuffled the cards, right?
Yeah.
We mix them up. You mix them up. You turn them face up. You turn them face down. You mix them again. And now you've turned some of the cards over. Some are face. There's no way we can know what's going on. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to give the cards a cut, just a cut like that, you can do, or you don't have to. It's up to you. Do you want to give the cards a cut? You do? Okay. Do you want to give them one more cut? Are you happy? Okay. It's important that you... do you want one more cut, or are you happy?
I'm happy.
Cool. So now I want you to take the cards and deal them into 2 piles, alternating like you're playing poker. So take the cards, deal them into 2 piles. So one there, face down. Yeah, keep them the same way as you've mixed them up. So we're going to end up with 2 cards. Perfect. And now you can either flip that packet onto that packet, or that packet over onto that packet. Turn one packet over, put it on the other packet.
D to D.
Okay, is that fair? Like, we're completely mixed up, right?
Yeah.
There's no way I could not. Do you want to give them one more cut, or?
One last little cut.
Okay, so let's have a look at this. We've got how many? We've got this one here is face down. This one 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 is face down. So you took the cards.
Yeah.
You mixed the cards up.
Yeah.
You then dealt the cards down. You turned some face up, some face down. You mixed them up again.
Yeah.
Then you decided which pairs to turn face up and face down. Then you cut the cards. Then you dealt them out. You've literally done everything all the way through, and we've ended up with these 6 cards. 54 cards in the pack. You ended up with these 6. Is this fair?
Yeah.
And check this out. Look at these cards, because you're not going to believe it. We have an R. We have a Y. We have an L. We have an A. We have an N. And finally, we have a D.
Ryland.
And that is your name.
But
Okay, so that is a performance of the new David Regal trick. And what you see there is exactly what the trick does. It is a way of having an ungimmicked alphabet deck and being able to kind of get yourself into a situation every single time where, despite the spectator mixing the cards face up and face down, they end up with Ryland. Well, not just Ryland, because that'd be rubbish, but you could use it to have any name. And David talks on the download. It's a 12-minute download, but that's all it needs to be. It's completely self-working. And David talks on the download about how the different situations you could use this. So you could use this, for a spectator who you're performing for. You could perform it for their name, or if you're doing a married couple and you're doing a routine for the bride and groom, you could have the bride, for example, spell out the groom's name, or the other way around, and talk about how you guys are in sync. Wow, look what you've managed to do. So you can kind of go down that route. There's so many different ways that you can actually perform this. What do you think of it?
I think it's very good.
You like it? I know you like
Yeah,
David Regal.
I like it, but there's one problem.
What's the problem?
Does it have to be used by a table?
Okay, good question. Obviously, there's a lot of dealing and stuff going on, but there's no sleight of hand and there's no reason why the dealing has to take place on a table. So if you're performing this in a kind of walk-around situation, you could have a couple of people put their hands out and you could get the other person to... So you know that bit where you were like, do you want to turn them over or not? You could get them to do that into a person's hand.
But what about when you're spelling the name?
When you're spelling the name...
Oh, yeah, you could go R-Y-L-A-N.
Well, you could actually, you could get them in. So when you're left with the cards, you could put it in order and you can actually go R-Y-L-A-N-D. So you can actually do it. It would take a little bit more thought and it'd take a little bit more working out in order to do that. But it is absolutely possible. To be honest, I think it's best to do it at a table. And there's a lot of ways that you could use this. I've done this in a couple of Zoom shows now, a couple of virtual shows, and it's gone really, really well. And what I've done, which is really sneaky, is obviously in a virtual show, I don't know what you guys do, but I get people to rename their camera to their name. So I can look at the camera and I can see the name of everybody that's on the Zoom call. So I can actually prep this at the very, very beginning, so people kind of arrive on the Zoom.
Or you know what the birthday child's name is?
Yeah, if you're doing it for kids, you know the birthday child's name. But if you're doing it for adults, I can see everyone's name. So before I'm starting, I just see the people that I'm sitting off camera. I see the people that are joining in, and I can just set this up for one person, and to somebody that I've never met before, and that's a really strong way of doing this. For a virtual show, this is absolutely brilliant. Now, you mentioned one other thing earlier on. You mentioned snaps. Because a little while ago, we reviewed another item from Penguin, and you performed snaps, didn't you, on this channel a few weeks ago, and you gave it a really good review. And you said, isn't this similar to snaps? And there is something that Dan Harlan performed on snaps that has a similar feel to this, in that they were taking cards and turning them over. But I prefer the way that David Regal gets into this. I actually prefer the handling that he uses. There's a slight extra bit of setup, but I think it makes it a lot cleaner than what Dan was doing. But what you could do is, if you bought this and you have snaps, you could apply the handling that you learned from this routine into snaps. And if you don't know what snaps is, it's a way of, basically it's a deck of photographic cards, and each photo has a letter. But you can't tell unless you actually point it out. I actually prefer the clarity of doing this with an alphabet deck and actually saying, look, I've got an alphabet deck here, we're going to try and do something, and then having that revelation of their name, I think, is really, really strong. You know what? I have to give this a high mark. I have to give this a high mark because as soon as I learned it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be great in virtual shows. Just because of the name thing, I can sit off camera and I can prep it beforehand in like 20 seconds. And I'm right, it kills in virtual shows. I'm going to give this 90%. I think I'll probably use it in a live environment as well. Parlour shows, I think this will be great. Working in a bar, I think it'll be really good as well. But for me, this is great for virtual shows. 90% for me. What do you think? Tell them what you got.
100.
100. Is that because it's David Regal and like David Regal?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'll show you on Facebook. When you were like 2 months old, we took you to the Merry Hill Centre and you were dressed up in this massive, like really warm, cuddly blue outfit as a baby. And David Regal actually commented on that photo of you, like from like 7 years ago. How weird is that? Considering he's one of your favourite magicians. Anyway, who cares? 90% from me, 100% from him. Really good routine, well worth getting. You can get it from Penguin Magic and it's by David Regal. Right, so review number 2, we have Infinity Wine by Peter Kamp and Magic Dream. And it is a way of turning water into wine. This is why I have no mat, because he's already destroyed it several times, and what I don't want to have is water or wine going onto my nice close-up pad. So, Ryland, you love this trick, don't you?
Yeah.
You going to perform it for everyone?
Yeah.
There's the camera, go.
Daddy?
Yep.
I've got like this like wine glass.
Yes.
And I'm gonna make this water turn into wine.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
But I'm not allowed to drink wine, so I'll pour it into that for Mummy to have later.
Well, Mummy does like wine.
Yeah. Look, we'll do it one time.
Okay. Well, are you okay? You okay with that? I see water going everywhere. No way. Okay. Look at that. That looks like a nice rosé there, Ryland. That looks like a lovely rosé. I'll pour it in there because there's no funnel and I know what you're like. That's amazing.
I'll do it again, just in case you missed it.
Oh, just in case I missed it.
I might do it just this time and then one other time.
Let's have a look. That's a bit of a darker one, that one. That one's more of a... that one's more of a burgundy, I think. It's got a bit of a fruity consistency to it. Yes, it's a lovely bouquet, Ryland. That's lovely.
I can make different one.
You can do it one last time.
Yeah,
I'll let you do it one last time. There you go. Nice. Wonderful stuff. Cheers. There you go. So that is... just about. That is water to wine. Now, we're just going to put that over there because I know what this is like. There we go. You can put that there. Right, so that's Infinity Water to Wine. And it is the cleanest way I've ever found of performing water to wine. Now, when you're actually doing this, you can, depending on how you pour it, you can have it come out as kind of a rosé or a deep red. And once it's prepped, once this glass is prepped, because this is very special glass that does all the work for you, it's also made out of plastic. Once this glass is prepped, it will do up to 3 litres, won't it?
Yeah.
And you can even have it, I mean, how it works is ingenious. You can have it upside down, you can have it on the table upside down, you can lift it up, and anytime you want to, you can get yourself into... That's okay, I'm just going to put that over there. Anytime you want to, you can get yourself into a situation where you just make wine appear. And as you can see, that's a nice deep...
got some on the table.
That's a nice deep red. So, I mean, take that and put it on the bar for me there, right? Because, or just over there. So that's what it allows you to do. It allows you to take water and turn it into wine. And you could literally perform this throughout the night, over and over again. It's ready to go once you prepped it. Now, the prep takes about... How long did it take us to prep that glass? Maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Yeah. It takes 2 or 3 minutes to prep the glass. Once it's prepped literally ready to go.
Roll.
Yeah, a little bit kitchen roll to prep it. Once it's ready to go. You can do it all through the night. And how they describe doing this on the download is they talk about using it in a stage show as a running gag. So, you know, you're constantly just pouring, you've got a jug of water, you're constantly just pouring yourself wine. Now, 2 things that you need to note about this. The first thing is, the download says that it comes with some special powder. that is designed to do the routine, and you use the powder in
Basically, just
conjunction
told
with...
them how it works.
Yeah, I know, that's absolutely fine because it's not like they could go and make it themselves. In actual fact, the powder that is included with it, they actually have a secret recipe that they say they're not going to give away to anybody. But this powder that you use to prep this glass, the thing that you need to understand is it has got in there an E number. Now, the guys that produce this are in France, and they actually say on there in France, this E number is legal. In other words, that people, the general public, are allowed to drink or consume food or drink that have this E number in. But they say in other countries, this E number might be banned, and to check your own country for that. Now, I haven't checked because I'm not drinking this stuff. So for me, how I want to use it, it doesn't matter, to be honest.
French people.
Yes, we'll wait for people in French to, yeah. But it's just something to bear in mind. However, they have got this really nice idea. And if you are here, you can actually prep this very, very easily so that when the water turns into wine, they can smell it and they can drink it, and it actually does taste like wine. It's not like when you taste it, it just tastes like water. It actually tastes like wine, and it smells like wine, which is fantastic. Now, I'll tell you why I've used this. I've got myself a bit of a random residency as a magical barman. So for this corporate event, for this corporate company, they have this thing that goes on a fairly regular basis where they have virtual rooms and people are for this company, and in one of the virtual rooms, it's a virtual bar. And in that virtual bar, there's a virtual barman who basically talks and interacts with the people that are going into this particular room. And that virtual barman is me. And what they wanted is they wanted magic that could be done sort of in this bar environment. So I'm behind a bar and I'm doing stuff like...
Yeah, there's a bar.
Exactly, and I'm doing stuff like pouring drink out, and when I pour the drink out, the glass is remaining suspended in the air, and then I'm doing stuff with measures and olives and things like that. But this is perfect because for me, I can just be on camera and I can just constantly be pouring water, and it turns into wine. So for what I needed it for, it's absolutely perfect. And I think what you need is, if you're going to perform this routine, you need a reason to have it. I mean, it might be that you want to use this as a running gag in your stage show. You have to use the glass that's supplied. So, I mean, you could blag that this is like Ribena if you're wanting to do it in a kid's show. You could blag it's Ribena, but you would have to use a wine glass. So I think it probably wouldn't work that well. But for the right time, right place, this is perfect. I mean, you could do this close up at banquet tables because the glass can be examined and you can look at it close up and you can't see anything. So what you could do is you could walk over to, when we're allowed to perform at corporate events again or weddings, you could go over and you've always got a jug of water there. You could have a glass, you could produce a glass somehow, make a glass appear, and you go, oh, can I have some water please? And just pour the water into the glass, it turns into wine, and you go, perfect. And it might make a really nice opener at a wedding. It might make a really nice opener at a corporate event, because the thing is, turning water into wine, it's that thing, isn't it? Every magician always wants to turn water into wine, so yeah. Now you can. The one thing I will say about it is the powder that comes with it is meant to last for hundreds of performances. However, they didn't mention on the download where you buy more from. I'm sure more is available. I'm sure you can get it.
The trick again.
Well, I don't think you'd want to do that because you wouldn't want the glass again. You wouldn't want to end up with, because with the glass you get the powder and you get the spoon thing and you get the glass. You wouldn't want to buy the trick again. There must be refills, but I didn't see anything on the download about that. But other than that, I really like it. But I really like it because I've got a use for it. So for me, it's getting 80%, and maybe I'll put it into my stage show. As I say, I do like
80. So you're gonna have
I'm going to do it, exactly. I do like the idea of doing it at a wedding, Really like the idea of opening with some sort of coin routine, make it maybe a handkerchief, making a glass appear. You've got that old thing where you put the handkerchief over the hand. I think it's a Michael Amar thing, and the glass appears, and then you borrow some of their water and you make wine appear. I think that'd be really cool. What are you giving it? Wine boy?
100.
You're giving it 100?
Yeah.
I know you really liked it. So yeah, it's 100% from him. It's 80% from me. It's highly recommended, but only if you've got an actual use for it. If you've not got a use for it, it's a waste of money. Right, okay, so review number 3, we have Instacan, Instacan, which stands for Instant Card at Any Number, by Joel Dickinson, the Real Workers guys. This is a great routine. I'm going to perform it for you first of all, and then we'll actually talk about what I think about it. But it's a new item. I really like this. So let's get straight on with the performance. Right, okay, so Rye, I've got a pack of playing cards here. I also have a red back card here in my top pocket. We're going to get to that in a minute. Okay, mate?
Yeah.
And I have 52 playing cards. Now, Rye, we are going to create a random number. Because if you ask somebody to name a number, there's certain numbers that they always go for. So we're going to randomise it. You're going to think of a number between 1 and 5. Mum is going to think of a number between 6 and 9. So you're going to go first, Ryland. I'm going to snap my fingers when I do. Name a number 1 to 5. Do that right now.
3.
Do you want to change your mind?
No.
Are you positive? I don't want you saying 3. Okay. Now, the same with you, Mommy. When I snap my fingers, you name a number. It can either be 6, 7, 8, or 9. Name that number right now.
7.
So she went for 7, and you went for 3. So if we put those together,
37.
it's 37. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. There's 52 cards in a pack of cards. Yeah? I'm going to count down. What we're going to do, to be clear, so you know what's going to happen, I'm going to count 37 cards, and then we're going to look at the next card. Okay? So let's do some counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. What did we say? 37? 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37 cards. I said we're going to go with this card right here. Is that fair?
Yeah.
And this card is the 6 of diamonds. I couldn't have known that, could I?
No.
And yet, I put a red card down there from the very, very beginning of this trick. It's been there for the very, very beginning. And this card right here is the 6 of diamonds. Which is cool, right? But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, what would have happened if you'd gone for any of the other cards? What happens if you'd gone with a different number? What happens if you'd have said a 2 instead of a 3? What would have happened? Well, I'm really glad you didn't, because every single other card in the pack, every other one, is completely and totally blank. And the only card printed in the deck is the 6 of diamonds. Right, okay, so that is Instacan, Insta card at any number. And you know what? I'm a massive fan of the Real Workers, guys. If you haven't already done so, check them out on Facebook. They've got a really vibrant Facebook group. It's a really cool thing that they're doing, and they release really strong material. Now, I'm going to tell you one of the reasons I absolutely love this. I purposefully didn't actually show this Ryland before the show, did I? I watched the download, I performed it, and I learnt it, and I performed it for the first time for you right here now. And what did you just say to me?
It fooled me.
How badly did it fool you?
A lot.
A lot, right? A lot.
Yeah.
It's hard to fool Ryland. I tell you who it's even more hard to fool. Ryland's mom, who sits behind the camera filming all these things. She's not a magician, but she's been married to me a long time. She knows a lot about magic. And she even, when the cameras went off, she went, I think that fooled me. She went, is it rough and smooth? I was like, no. She went, is it long and short? No. Are the cards waxed in any way? No. Can they be examined? Yep. Sarah, were you fooled? Tell everyone now. Were you fooled?
Maybe.
Right, first of all, this is getting 100% from me, because it passes the wife test and it passes the kid magician test. It has fooled both of them, which never happens. And by the way, what I say is 100% accurate. It is a completely examinable deck of cards. You could examine that until the cows come home. They are genuinely blank cards, other than that one card. You could have named any number. There is no force of the number whatsoever. It could have been a completely different outcome. There is no skill. There's a couple of different ways of doing this. They've got a couple of different downloads. They've got 3 or 4 different versions of doing it, but one of the ways is completely self-working, which is the way that I did it. It's an instant reset. I literally just pick the cards up, put them back inside the box. I'm reset, ready to go again. You don't need a table. You can count into people's hands. It's amazing for virtual shows, because you can have the camera down on the mat and you can count very, very clearly, and they can see absolutely everything. And there's literally no downside. There is literally no downside. You can even do this I mean, I obviously presented it that way, but you could present it by doing a deck switch, ringing this in at the end of a card set, and then saying, let me do one last thing, do the prediction, and then have the kicker ending of all of the cards turning blank, which would be a different ending to how I presented it. How I presented it is you pick the only card printed in a blank deck, but if you did it that way, you could have it so that every single card is blank. I have an idea with it of how they can name a card as well. It's not an any card at any number because you don't get the card named. But go on, tell them how badly you fooled again. Tell them.
Bad.
He's badly fooled. What do you think of it?
I think it's very good.
Do you want to learn it?
Yeah.
I knew you'd want to learn it. It's so cool. Honestly, it is one of the best tricks I've seen this year. This is just phenomenal. And also, from a customer service point of view, I just want to give a big shout out to the workers team. And I'll tell you for why. This got sent to me by a magic dealer, and they sent this over to me, and the pack of cards wasn't correctly put together. What you needed wasn't in there. So I messaged Joel on Facebook and I was like, hey buddy, am I missing something? This doesn't seem to be correct. And he's like, look, I'm going to send something out to you right now. Keep that deck of cards. I'm going to send something out to you right now. And he sent me a brand new version of this and a couple of other tricks as well. That's just amazing customer service. I haven't got enough good things to say about this trick and about these guys as a company. In an industry where not everybody is ethical, these guys absolutely are 100%. And that's why this is getting 100% from me. I've already done it in virtual shows. It kills. And when I can actually go out and perform again, this will be going straight into my repertoire. I know this is going to kill. What do you think?
I think it's very good. Can
Yeah?
I give it 100?
Yeah, you can give it 100%, absolutely. I've given it 100%. You can give it 100%. Are you going to put this on your review show? Oh, you haven't got a review show. You come on my review show. Okay, it's our review show. But you're going to put this on your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, guys, seriously, it's not that expensive. It's just amazing. You really need to get this. And you know what? You remember that really rubbish trick we looked at a little while ago? The perfidious any card at any number.
Yeah.
This is a little bit like that, because the perfidious any card any number, you named a number, and you named and it was the card, and then the rest of the cards were blank. But this is actually an example of a practical trick that works. You know, that perfidious thing, it didn't work. It was rubbish. It was terrible. This is very similar to that effect, except it works and it works and it hits hard. Highly recommended. 100% from him and 100% from me. Okay, so for the final review, we have Venom Cube by Harrius and Rubik's Dream Magic. Now, we've had quite a few people ask us to review this. This is an older item. It came out about a year ago. And we've had so many people say, hey, what is this like? I think one of the reasons is people know that I do a lot of cube magic, but there's one person who does more cube magic than me, and that is...
me.
Him. He does a lot of cube magic. So, are you going to perform Venom Cube for me? Are you going to perform it and show everyone Venom Cube?
Yeah.
And then we can talk about it, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Daddy?
Yeah?
I've got 2 cubes.
Yeah?
That one's going to go there, pretend it's covered up in a hanky.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Because it's my prediction.
Okay.
Okay? Now what I want you to do is I want you to mix this one up.
Mix it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any way you want to.
Okay. Yeah?
Yeah. Okay? Now, when you want to stop, just stop whenever you want to.
I'm happy.
Okay, you're happy here?
Yep.
Okay. Watch this. Sign
To them.
number 1, matches. Sign number 2, matches. Sign number 3, matches. Sign number 4, matches. Sign number 5, matches. Sign number 6, the top. All 6 sides. Thank you very much.
Well, that's awesome.
But I know what you're waiting for.
What?
You're waiting for me to solve this cube that you mixed up.
Yeah. I'd love to see this cube solved.
Okay, I'll do it in less than 5 seconds behind my back. 1, I'm already done.
Oh, I love you. I love you so much. That's amazing. Honestly, tell everyone what your PB is with a Rubik's Cube.
16 seconds.
He does F2L, he does C-Fop, it's ridiculous. And tell everyone what you want to do, as well as being a magician. What else do you want to do with Rubik's Cubes?
A speed cuber.
He wants to be the speed cubing world champion, don't you?
Yeah.
Which is quite an accomplishment if you manage that. Okay, so Rye, I'm going to let you take the lead on this. You do Venom Cube all the time. I want you to tell everybody, what do you think of it? Go.
I think it's really good. And I used to do Rubik's Cube 360, but I think this is better. I'll do this one instead because I think it's better.
Why is it better? Why is this better than 360? Because that's a very good question. Because this is a lot of money for people that have got 360. Why is this better than 360?
Because 360 uses a shell, and you had to do it in a bag.
Yeah.
So you have to like match them in the bag.
You do, don't you? You have to like put it in the bag and mix it up, and then you've got that gag of this is the one that you've already mixed.
Yeah, and that one takes a while to set up. While this one takes literally like 2 seconds. It is.
It's almost an instant reset. And when you've finished, you're in a situation where you can do the 1 second solve, or you just did the behind the back solve. You can do that like in a split second, can't you? As soon as you finished this. And where have you been performing this?
I helped my dad on virtual shows, and I've been helping him out on it, and I'll be doing this trick.
You have?
And I do it a lot to Daddy and Mummy here.
Have you taken it to school to show your mates yet?
No.
Now, you do a lot of other stuff with Rubik's Cubes. Here's a question for you. Do you have to know how to solve a Rubik's Cube to do this trick?
No, you just need to know. If you want to do that extra bit on the end, you just need to know the 1 second solve.
Okay, but you don't need to know how to solve a Rubik's Cube.
No.
And can you do this in conjunction with other Rubik's Cube stuff? So could I do this and then go into another?
Yeah, I'm going to do an axe soon. That's it.
You are?
And I'm going to put this with some other tricks.
Okay.
I think it might be Cubism and the one move solve.
Yeah, and a few other bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what would you give this?
100%.
100%.
120.
And everything he said, guys. I know we've had people on the Magic Cafe talk about, well, he's 7 years old. Yeah, maybe 7 years old, but I'm telling you right now, he probably does more virtual shows than a lot of magicians. He helps me out with a lot of my virtual shows. He's probably gigging 3 or 4 times a week at the moment. And when he does a virtual show, he does like a 20-minute section in that show with me, and he opens his show with this. So he performs this. You're being very understated, but he performs this a hell of a lot. And it is an amazing trick. If you're into cube magic, I think this is the holy grail. Now, the one thing that I would say is I personally don't think it's the best trick for walk-around magic. Would you?
No.
Because you'd need to have the 2 cubes in your pocket and...
Yeah, you can't really put it in your pocket.
You can't really put it in your pocket. I don't think it's great for walk-around. But for a big table, it's great. For a virtual show, it's great. For stage... Well, you see me do it on stage. We've talked... I do a show with Steve Della called Phantasmagoria, and we talk about that when I interview Steve Della on this channel. And I use this in the Phantasmagoria show all of the time. For stage, it's great. For parlour, it's great. For big tables, it's great. Walk around, it's not so good. And this works in kid shows as well, doesn't it? Yeah. This works really well in kid shows. For older kids that understand Rubik's Cubes, it's great. Like you said, it's a great opening routine if you're going to go into cube magic. So what are you giving it?
120.
I'll let you give it more than 100 if you want to, because I know it's your main trick.
Yeah.
120?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 120 from me. Here's a question for you. One last question. I'm going to put you on the spot right now. I know you've always told me that your favourite trick is ninja rings.
Yeah.
What's better, ninja rings or Venom Cube?
Venom Cube.
So is Venom Cube officially now your favourite trick?
Yeah.
There you go. It's even beaten ninja rings. My gosh. Right, okay, so 100% from him. Well, 120% from him.
Yeah.
100% from me. Guys, if you're into cube magic and you get a situation where you can perform, get this. This is not cheap, but it genuinely is the best cube routine. It's the best cube matching routine on the market. There's nothing better. It is highly recommended.
And that's another review show in the bag.
Oh, come on, you can put more energy into that. Do it again.
And that's another review show in the bag.
My name's Ryland, I'm the Kid Magician. Woo! Guys, thanks very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the review show. We will be back again next week with a whole bunch of new reviews. The book review I was going to do this week, I will be doing next week. Sorry, but we wanted to look at some other stuff this week. Anyway, if you want to see more from Ryland, where can they go?
On my YouTube channel.
Okay, the Kid Magician, you can check him out. He puts videos up every Sunday and Thursday. And guys, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. We go live every single day. Tomorrow we've got a magic rant. Saturday we've got an honest trailer. And Sunday we are here with a Q&A. And don't forget, 6 o'clock every single day, I'm here with a Magic Live. I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
And we'll see you next week. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.